Hey, good morning and welcome back to Questioning Sense with me, Matt. Listen, first and foremost, I hope you guys are doing all right. I hope you're bearing up and trying to keep sane and obviously keeping safe. This is the very testing times, and the ultimate goal is obviously for everyone to come through the other side and feel great. So that's what we really want. So listen, I hope you guys are keeping it together. I've had a couple of wobbles where I go, "Rah!" and I'm not quite sure what's going on, but these are crazy times. But they will end and we will be all on the other side very soon. So let's just get through it. Anyway, I've been saving this review for a rainy day, and obviously it's not a rainy day. The sunshine's brilliant, not that we're going out to enjoy it. Anyhow, let's get on with it. Sorry if there is a little bit of background noise. That's because everyone's at home. My son is in the background doing some artwork and he's doing a really good job of it. So I've just said, you carry on and I'll film the review, and there you go. Anyway, today it's the end of an era. I'm going to be reviewing today for your delight rather, Orto Parisi Boccanera. Now, this is quite a moving moment for me because I've reviewed them all and this is the only one I haven't actually put a review up of yet. I haven't saved the best till last. I don't think this is the best of the collection, but I think it's an amazing fragrance and I do really love it. If this was from another house other than Orto Parisi, I would have bought it anyway because I really do like it. So yeah, it is the last one I'm going to review. Or the last one I have reviewed, but that's not, I haven't saved it till last or anything like that. It's just the way that the reviews have fallen. So, Orto Parisi Boccanera. Let's have a look at it. It's obviously going to be exactly the same as all the others in terms of the bottle. The cap on this one has a weird kind of, I mean, they're all the same. They're all very feel like a kind of a dulled brass. But the design on this one is slightly different. Well, they're all unique, they're all different. So this is this one. It looks kind of like a dried leather. And, you have the brass sprayer and all the rest. This one came out in 2014, and as it's one from Alessandro Gualtieri, there are altogether now no notes. But it is quite well known for having a few notes that a lot of people pick up on and a lot of people discuss. So if we, like with all of the autos, I've sort of, found as much information as I can and had a look and see what people think are in it. And then obviously with my opinion, and Rich has this as well. So it's, his opinion too. So obviously, when we talk about it, what is in Boccanera? Well, the main notes to create the accords that we associate with Boccanera are dark chocolate, ginger, black pepper, chili, sandalwood, and obviously, as it's a Gualtieri, there's got to be some musks in here. And that's kind of what you get. What I will say is the chocolate in this is not this fragrance is quite sweet, but it's not an overly sweet chocolate note that comes into it. So it's more like a cocoa than like a milk chocolate or a dark chocolate. There's still some sweetness attached to chocolate, which doesn't really come across. I think the sweetness in this comes from the woods and the other notes to give that kind of sweet accord as it dries down. When we talk about chili, which a lot of people pick up on in this, I'm no expert with chilies. I mean, I use them in cookery and stuff like that. And the only one I can really notice in terms of a direct smell is the Jamaican chili. What's it called? It will come back to me. But there's one kind of chili that I really do pick up on because it's quite a citrusy chili. But generally, I don't really think that there's much smell to my nose anyway that comes from a chili or even a bell pepper or capsicum, whatever you call it. I don't really notice that too much. So to me, it comes across as a bit peppery, but a lot of other people do apparently pick up on the chili note. So, be aware of that. It is a very good Scotch bonnet. That's the name of it. The chili that I can recognise is called a Scotch bonnet, and that's known for being very hot and very fruity, and one I really like. I do quite a lot of West Indian cookery and make a lot of jerk sauces and things like that, and Scotch bonnets are kind of like the staple of Jamaican and West Indian cookery. So the Scotch bonnet has its own kind of citrusy, fruity vibe to it, as well as just heat. Now that's a chili that I do think has quite a unique smell. Normal chilies or other chilies that I've mucked about with in the past don't particularly smell very noticeable to me. It's just like a peppery note, and there is pepper in this, so you do get that kind of peppery note with it. I am wearing this today. as you would expect, and I'm going to spray a little bit more now for the purposes of the review. So, first and foremost, the colour of the liquid it's a genuine one. When you spray it on skin, you probably won't see it very well. It comes out as a very thick, heavy liquid. It's quite runny, but it's that mad colour. It actually comes out as that colour when it hits your skin, which is awesome. I love, you know, they've all got their own sort of characteristic weird colour, and this one is no exception. Boccanera's colour is quite an extreme one. But instantly, you'll get this peppery, sweet, gingery chocolate note, and it bounces out at you. It really, really does. And again, I'm going to have to go down the cookery route to describe this. Someone on Fragrantica sort of said that this reminds him of mole, the Mexican sauce or the Mexican dish, which is often used in Mexican cookery. And it is a chilled, chocolatey type sauce. And if you've ever smelt mole, you will notice that this does actually kind of remind you a little bit of mole, especially in the opening. Now, that chocolatey vibe does pass. It's not there for the entire length of this perfume. It does stay with it quite a while, though. And when this comes down, another thing with Boccanera is that it stays to be quite a dry fragrance. It doesn't feel wet at all. It doesn't feel moist. It's a dry, woodsy fragrance, especially when it dries down. And that is something that is a bit of a trademark, I think, with a lot of the Orto Parisi, the darker liquid or the darker juice ones. They all seem to have this very dry feel to them, which I particularly love. If you're not into that kind of thing, these probably won't be for you. Now, when this was launched, a lot of fuss was made about the name, Boccanera, which in Italian means black mouth or dark mouth. When you look at the imagery that's attached to it, there's lots of pictures of anuses and things like that. So, you know, again, Gaultieri's gone absolutely mad with the marketing and the background for the perfume. You know, very much like Sturkis, it's all about bodily functions and smells that your body makes and things like that. And I think that, again, can be a little bit off-putting, shall we say, to certain people. But to me, don't worry about it. This is a banging perfume. It smells absolutely wonderful. There is, as I said earlier, ginger in this, and the ginger does give it a slight edge, and it's a beautiful edge too. So, you know, it has that dry, woodsy accord that a lot of his perfumes do have, and this isn't, you know, this is no different in some respects. It does dry down like that. The other thing I will say is this is very Black Afghano-like, especially in the dry down. So if you don't like Black Afghano, you will certainly not like this. If you do, however, like myself, enjoy Black Afghano, then Boccanera is something that you will certainly enjoy. It's delightful. It's very, very strong. It lasts a long, long time. The sillage on this is excellent, and it has really, really good projection. It belts out for the first couple of hours, and then you've got about 8 or 9 hours of decent sillage and a moderate projection. It then, after sort of 8 or 9 hours, becomes a skin scent, but it stays on your skin for a very, very long time. You know, this whole collection, you know, whether you like them or love them or loathe them, you're never going to criticise the performance on them, because they all have legs. You know, they all really, really last, and they all perform exactly the way you would want the perfume to perform. I mean, Toroni, for example, that is absolutely massive. Bergamusk, absolutely massive. Megamara, absolutely massive. You know, they're all big hitters in that respect. And Boccanera is no different. It really has superb performance, and you do get a lot of bang for your buck. So, you know, this is a niche perfume. It's not cheap. It can be found online for a good price, which is, you know, how I found it. So do look out for bargains and things like that. But it is an expensive perfume, but it does perform incredibly well, and you do get a lot of value for it. So, in closing, beautiful, a little bit beastly, must be a fan of chocolate, must be a fan of Black Afghano, preferably liking ginger, and to some you'll get a great chili note. Unfortunately for me, I don't get the chili. You know, the sandalwood, the dry down, the pepperiness, everything is there. Totally get all that, but I don't really get the chili. I do just get a peppery note. Anyway, listen, thank you very much for your time. I'm going to have to console myself with lots of wine and beer, because this is the last Orto Parisi that I've got to review, because I've reviewed them all. There are no more. So I'm basically waiting with bated breath for Alessandro Gualtieri to either start a new collection or add something to the Orto Parisi collection, because I want more, and I'm sure you do too. So listen, once again, stay safe out there, people. We love making these videos and we hope you're enjoying them. It's an absolute pleasure. Try and keep calm, try and keep sane, and we will see you soon. Obviously, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be housebound for quite a while. So my job is now basically to, keep the home fires burning and to try and make as many reviews as I can. So I'm going to sort of spend some time and film one every day and then get it up to Rich to edit and get online for you guys. So listen, thank you very much. In these testing of times, it's always great to hear from you. So any comments, any questions or anything like that, please put them below and we will see you soon. Take care. Cheers and bye.